So I go back to change happening by choice, by chance, or by crisis. And I want to just mention that change doesn't always have to be negative. Change can be positive by choice. Some of you have new jobs, have moved to a different division of the company, maybe moved towns. Those are choices and disruptions by choice, change by choice. And it changes everything.
I want to ask you when you last got lost. When you were out and about, when last did you get lost? And you know, I know what you're thinking. We don't get lost. Of course we don't get lost anymore. We use Waze, we use Google Maps. But we couldn't use Waze or Google Maps for COVID-19.
And our lives were disrupted in a way we could never have anticipated.
And one of the things that the pandemic has done is it has helped us to start rewriting the human resources playbook. And for as long as I've been working, which is as long as you've been working, the HR playbook was actually written for profit. It was not written for people per se. And suddenly we are seeing well-being, mental wellness, work-life integration right at the top of the list of priorities of companies today. Because you can have the best platforms in the world, the best processes in the world, but it's the people who drive those things, ultimately the success of any business.
That's it.
So the focus on people is critical.
And you've got to design your training programs based on the attention gain and gamification, making it fun because you don't keep thinking, oh, I've got to go to train, which they do.
Yes, so I wanted to pick up on what Stuart said because he was talking about balance. And just to say to everybody, I believe that balance is a myth. If you think of a seesaw, okay, so a seesaw does this. How often is a seesaw in perfect balance? Almost never. And I like to see life in dynamic balance, which means it's moving. As long as your seesaw is moving, you're okay.
But each of you is creating a symphony every day that you show up. And it's in how we dance together, that dance of disruption, that you're going to get it right and get that growth right.
You need to look at your career as a portfolio of careers, because by the time you are in your early 30s, you probably will have already had at least 10 different jobs. We are now working in the gig economy, the on-demand economy, where big businesses will employ people on short-term contracts to do a job, to complete a project, and not necessarily employ people full-time for long periods of time. You are far more than your qualifications, your report card, your job description, or even the paper trail of your work experience. And I think that that is such an inspirational story to help you think about the essence of you. What gets you up in the morning? And I have to tell you, while I am a speaker and an author, that's not what gets me up in the morning. The essence of me is that I'm a creator teacher, and I am somebody who loves to take complex things apart and repackage them in creative, exciting ways so that other people can access them, so that they get it. And that is the exciting thing that gets me up in the morning. Many, many opportunities in my life have come through other people seeing something, spotting some talent, some ability, and me taking note and being brave enough to follow a new direction.
Who are those people? They might not be your mentors, but who are those teachers who come along and make you better than good, because they are a very important part of your journey.
Nikki Bush says, life shrinks or expands in proportion to one's courage and curiosity. My wish for you, may your curiosity always be way stronger than your fear. Thank you very much. Thank you.